Merhaba arkadaşlar, hepiniz IEFT Talks webinarlarına hoş geldiniz. Bugün İngiltere'nin ve dünyanın en iyilerinden University of Surrey'de eğitim ve burs olanaklarını Emma'dan dinliyor olacağız. Lütfen sorularınızı questions kısmından sormayı unutmayın. Yes, Emma, the stage is yours now.
Brilliant, thank you. Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining us today. My name, as introduced, is Emma. I work with the University of Surrey, and I'll be talking to you a little bit about the university, what we have to offer in terms of programmes and extracurricular activities. And there'll be an opportunity at the end to ask any questions that you may have. So whilst you're listening to the presentation today, there is a question section on the screen. Please do submit any questions that you have, and we'll make sure we answer as many as possible at the end of the presentation. So let's get underway. This is what we'll be running through today. So we'll be talking about where we're located. We'll go through various study options, a few key bits of information and updates at this point in the application cycle. We'll focus on careers and employability. And lastly, we'll look at life outside the classroom. So when you're going to be looking at what university is important to you and where you would like to apply to study. Obviously, within the UK, we have over 300 institutions which are recognised and ranked globally. The University of Surrey, for example, is in the southeast of England. So the advantages of choosing a university like ourselves, one, we're very close to central London, so a half an hour on the train from our capital city. And two, we are equal distance, around 30 to 40 minutes between both London Gatwick and London Heathrow airports. Now, the great opportunity with being located so close to both airports, especially as kind of COVID restrictions slowly start to ease around the world, will be the opportunity to explore not just the rest of the UK, but moving across into Europe during their university closure periods. Obviously, for those of you looking to study at undergraduate level, you'll have 3 to 4 years of study ahead of you to take advantage of this. At postgraduate level, it could be 1 to 2 years, and then the graduate route visa opportunities afterwards. So, as well as location, another key factor to consider when you're considering what universities to apply for are whether you are looking for a campus location or a city location. Now, the fairly obvious differences are that if you choose a city-based university, your lectures, classes, accommodation, and all of your facilities are likely to be spread across quite a large area. So it involves a little bit more travel going between the different locations, and that's something to factor into your decision making, the kind of time that it would take to move from A to B, and then where your extracurricular activities, so your societies and clubs and so on, would be based as well. Would you have to travel quite far to get to any of those activities, weighing up the pros and cons? University of Surrey is a campus-based university. So we sit in a very large student town, but you'll find all of the main facilities that you'd be looking for across our 2 campuses. So this is our main campus here, Stag Hill. You can see student accommodation in the background, the cathedral, which is where you would graduate. You've got Campus Lake there, and then a wide variety of academic buildings from the Surrey Business School, our School of Hospitality and Tourism Management, the engineering sector, and some health and medical science buildings as well. You also have a lot of the support services here. So we have a 5-storey library and learning centre. You've got student services, the Students' Union, a doctors, bank, post office, All of those facilities, as well as places to go out and eat and socialise, are all found in one place. And we're about 10 minutes walk from the town centre and the train station. And then between the two campuses, it's about a 20-minute walk or 10 minutes on the bus route that goes between the two sites. So Manor Park is where I'm talking to you from today. It is primarily made up of university accommodation, and I'll talk a little bit more about that later on. Our School of Veterinary Medicine, so we're one of only 8 universities in the UK to offer veterinary medicine. And it's also home to the School of Health Sciences. Now you can also see some playing fields on the edge of that photo, as well as lots of glorious English countryside. Surrey Sports Park is also located on this campus. So it's a world-class, previously an Olympic training facility, and I'll show you some more of that site later on. So just to summarise, if you're looking between a campus or a city-based university, for me, the benefits of a campus-based university are the facilities all being in one place, a very centralised location, easy access from your accommodation to your classes, and being close to your friends, your classmates. The social aspect of university life is definitely helped by having your classes all in one place. So as we've got there, we've got our Stag Hill campus, where the majority of you would have your classes on a day-to-day basis. Manor Park, which may be home to your accommodation or lessons if you're a veterinary student, for example. And then Guildford Town Centre, which is a large student town, as mentioned. It's got a very old English heritage, so you'll find kind of the castle to go and look at. You have the River Wey running through the centre. It's a very Middle England, beautiful countryside type town, but with all of the shops, restaurants, facilities, places to go out to buy learning materials and things for your house or your room. All of that can be found in the town centre. So in terms of what we could offer you academically, obviously for most of you, this will be the key factor in choosing a university or choosing your 5 university choices if you're at undergraduate level. Now, we have 3 faculties at the University of Surrey, and you'll see the subjects broken down within each faculty. The information that you'll see on the screen, it isn't an exhaustive list of every subject that we offer, but it's more the different departments within each faculty. So you can either email me at a later date or ask in the questions at the end of this presentation if there's a particular subject or programme that you are looking for. So within the Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences, we are currently 1st in the UK and 11th in the world for hospitality and leisure management. That's in the 2021 QS rankings. We have, with the Faculty of Engineering and Physical Sciences, we also have a Surrey Space Centre on campus, as well as a chemical processing plant. And actually within the Space Centre itself, we are part of a global project to reduce the amount of waste that is currently in space. And we have our own mini satellites that students are responsible for currently in space at this moment in time. We have the Faculty of Health and Medical Sciences. So we're 2nd in the UK at the moment for our nutrition and food science programmes, and that's been backed up by being recognised with the UK Queen's Anniversary Teaching Award. So we have a wide variety of kind of key programmes within each of the 3 faculties. We've got facilities here such as the 5G, which is now I think Future G Innovation Centre. We have our own restaurants and catering facilities if you're studying hospitality and tourism management. And those of you, obviously, with the veterinary medicine program, you would find all of the facilities, including our large animal centre and the pathology building, which is the largest in the southeast of the UK, all located on our Manor Park campus. I want to quickly highlight a couple of particular schools within the university at this moment, primarily because both of these departments have new programs which have launched in the last year. And obviously with COVID, we haven't quite had the opportunity to come out and talk to you about these in person. So we have the School of Hospitality and Tourism Management, as mentioned, first in the UK for many of these programs and 11th in the world. So you have the option of choosing between event, hospitality and tourism, tourism and transport, and international hotel management at undergraduate level. And then you can continue to specialise in each of these areas, or move into air transport management at postgraduate taught level, so at master's level. And we do have the opportunity for those of you interested in going all of the way, potentially into academia, to continue onto a PhD. So the new programs there, the strategic hotel management and also the international tourism management with transport at undergraduate level. So this would be probably a little bit more focused towards our postgraduate students and potential offer holders here today. But I will say that if you're going to be studying potentially physics or electronic engineering or our computer and internet engineering programs at undergraduate level, then these are some of the master's options that you could progress onto. So we have a groundbreaking artificial intelligence master's now, and it is the only one of its kind in the UK, so focusing on vision, speech and 5G technology combined. We also have mobile and satellite communications, electronic engineering, and so on. So the University of Surrey very much prioritises research. So all of our lecturers, all of your potential teachers and tutors are all conducting their own research whilst teaching you. So you'll be learning from people that are cutting edge research, that are always looking to break new ground and make new discoveries. So within this department, for example, we have the Centre for Vision, Speech and Signal Processing. So that's looking at image processing, deep learning and machine intelligence. Then we also have the Institute for Communication Systems. So we actually have over 100 individual researchers based within this facility, and they use both this institute and the 5G Innovation Centre. So the 5G is a little bit more well known now, but it was developed at the University of Surrey with several global partners. And as mentioned previously, we're now looking at future G technology. But that just gives you an idea of the kind of emphasis we're placing on research here at the university. So having kind of thrown a lot of different subjects and departments at you in the last couple of minutes, I do want to give you a bit of an indication as to the type of entry requirements that a potential University of Surrey student would need to aspire to. So firstly, for our undergraduate students, we do take the diploma or the Anatolian diploma for direct entry. Now, entry requirements will differ dependent on the programme, and you may also find, especially for the health sciences or physical sciences, that there are specific subject requirements as well. So you'll need to achieve particular grades in subjects such as maths or physics, for example, dependent on the bachelor's degree you're looking to apply for. Now, for postgraduate students, it can really vary between around 2.6 to 2.8 usually GPA if you studied your bachelor's degree in Turkey. If you've come from a different overseas university or you studied in the UK previously, then please simply contact us with the details about your university and your programme, and we'll be able to talk more about the entry requirements there. Put on the left-hand side and actually on the right, you can see SISC, so that's our Surrey International Study Centre. We do have an international foundation year here at the university. If perhaps you didn't study the usual Turkish high school diploma, or perhaps you didn't achieve quite as well as you would have liked either in your school studies or at your bachelor's degree level, then we do have the option for you to make up a little bit of ground by either studying a foundation year or taking a pre-masters in order for you to achieve your goal of studying at the University of Surrey. So this is, I say at this point in time, just a little bit of reassurance. Obviously, each of our programs will have individual English language entry requirements as well. And these will be slightly higher for those programs within the Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences, those that tend to have a lot more kind of written and content, a lot more analysing of text, for example. And if you are kind of struggling potentially to achieve the required English language criteria, whether that's in TOEFL, Duolingo, or IELTS, for example, then we do have a number of pre-sessional English language courses which you can apply to take prior to beginning your studies with us if you haven't quite met the English language requirements. So I won't go into too much detail about the different English language criteria for all of the individual programs we offer, but please do know that we do have some additional support should you require it. Now, I fully appreciate that there is a lot of different text on this screen. So if you're looking to apply for a bachelor's degree, don't worry, you don't need to be rapidly scanning all of the information in front of you. If you are a postgraduate applicant or a potential postgraduate applicant, I just want to let you know that as well as potentially applying for September 2022 entry, and applications will open for all levels of study within the next few weeks, we do also have a number of programs that offer a February 22 start. The one key thing to mention here is that not every program offers a February 22 start. This is only at postgraduate level of study, by the way. But those that do are only the academic study. So they will all be one-year programs. There isn't the option to take a professional training year or a work placement year with our February start date. But if that's not something you're looking for or require, then I would certainly recommend considering February 2022. You simply study the modules almost back to front. So you'd start with your semester 2 subjects and then move on to semester 1 in most instances. But you would also still be guaranteed university accommodation should you want it, as long as you apply, obviously, by the right deadlines. So something to keep in mind there. You would obviously have the whole of the summer period here. You'd get to experience kind of an English Christmas and so on as well. So you would get the same experiences as someone starting in September, just a little bit back to front. Now, update section is just to give you some information about what life is like at the University of Surrey at this particular moment in time. Now, this is really, I guess, primarily of interest for people that will be coming this September. If you are looking for February 2022 entry or next September, don't worry so much about the information on the hybrid teaching model, it won't necessarily be of relevance to you because everything should be back fully face-to-face. At the moment, we have online lectures for all of your classes, seminars, tutorials, and so on, are all in person. So we are offering in-person teaching here. But if you are wanting to see perhaps some of the safety measures that the university has been operating by for the last 18 months, then you can visit the Surrey website or search for coronavirus FAQs, University of Surrey, and read a little bit more about what we've been doing over the last couple of years. So we've had multiple testing sites based at the university. We have a self-isolation buddy scheme for students needing to self-isolate. And we have really decreased our class sizes to allow for social distancing and protective measures to be put in place. Masks are worn inside buildings and so on. Just to kind of, I guess, put your minds at rest that this kind of, these kind of safety measures have been followed through for the last 18 months and will continue to do a number of those over the coming semester at least. Obviously, English language, I've just spoken to you a little bit about those courses that and exams that we accept. I will be able to confirm with any interested students in the next 4 to 5 weeks or so whether we will be accepting Duolingo for September 22 entry. We are just confirming that at the moment, but all of the English language tests you see on the screen at the moment will be accepted for February 22 entry. So do not worry if you cannot make it to a testing centre in person. We are allowing all of the online versions of the tests as your evidence of English language for next February. So, careers and employability. Now, another reason, another factor why you may choose to apply for a particular university will be what it can offer you in terms of job prospects and job security in the future. Now, some of you may be interested in potentially applying for work in the UK once you have finished university, and many of you may want to take your skills either back home or to somewhere else around the world in order to gain further life experience. So the careers service at the University of Surrey is very highly recognised and ranked and thought of. And one of the ways they will support you as a Surrey student is during the application process for our professional training placements. Now, for undergraduate students, we offer you the opportunity to have a year of professional work in between the second and third years of your bachelor's degree. Now, this is graduate level work experience. Many of them are paid placements. There are the option of unpaid placements if that opportunity really offers you the work experience you're looking for. Now, the Careers Service will support you through the application process with CV workshops, with interview technique sessions and practice. They will help you go through an application process and form and help you realise what answers you want to put there. And they're available throughout the year as well. Now, the professional training placements that we offer are available worldwide. And this isn't at the same cost as the rest of your undergraduate degree. That will be something you're very pleased to know. It's a token 1,800 UK pounds. And it's really up to you where you choose to apply for. So if you're working, if you're studying, business management, for example, many of the names on the screen you'll recognise as being very relevant to your potential future career. They will all be able to offer you some relevant work experience and training in order for you to succeed once you leave university and are competing against other students who don't have this year of work experience. You will be given a whole database of potential opportunities to apply for, and then it is up to you to decide which opportunities are right for you and your career aspirations. As mentioned already, these opportunities are worldwide. You could have 2 6-month placements if you manage to obtain them, or you could have 1 full year placement in between the second and final years of your bachelor's degree. Now, there are a limited number of placements at master's level, and I'll show you which programs these apply for in a moment. I just wanted to mention, in terms of why perhaps you choose Surrey over another university that also offered the potential for a year's professional training placement. Well, we're first in the UK and 7th in the world for our work placements and our research partnerships with employers. Okay, so that's with over 2,000 industry partners around the world. Now, for our undergraduate students in particular, because this is where we have our data, around 40% of our students who go on to a placement year come back from that placement with a job offer. Now, these are the current postgraduate programs that offer that same placement year. So again, you'll have access to the support from the Careers Service, and all placement students have a personal tutor, and they will come out and visit you 2 to 3 times across the year to ensure that you're thriving, that you're being challenged, and that you're getting the most out of this opportunity. And to confirm, these placement opportunities are all available at the September entry point for our master's students. These aren't available at the February start date, I'm afraid. So on top of the support during the placement training year, annually the University of Surrey offers 2 large careers fairs. So these are designed to attract a wide range of employers that offer both graduate roles and placements, further internships. Then throughout the year, we also host a number of smaller fairs, for example, one focusing on law, a nursing fair, part-time work, and an internship fair. So many opportunities to put yourself right in front of the relevant hiring managers and HR managers for the companies that you aspire to work for. They're an informal, friendly space for you to kind of kickstart that career journey, and you do have the opportunity to network and ask questions from all of the representatives there. So it gives you a great chance to practice those networking skills and potentially broaden your career horizons to make you aware of opportunities you hadn't realised previously existed. So whilst you are studying with the University of Surrey, whether that's in the Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences or one of our many engineering and physical science programs, so we have biomedical engineering, chemical, aerospace, automotive, mechanical, electronic and electrical engineering as well. We also have some really great facilities for your kind of well-being and welfare away from classes. So as well as the academic facilities, we have over 6,000 student rooms across both the Stag Hill, Manor Park and Hazel Farm campuses. So I didn't mention Hazel Farm earlier. It's a very small, purely accommodation-based campus, a little bit further away from the university, but that also is reflected in the costs that you'll find there. So very briefly, we have over 6,000 rooms, as mentioned here, and the important thing is that we can guarantee you accommodation for your first year of study at the university, as long as you apply by the relevant deadlines. So there is certainly enough accommodation for you all, and this does apply for the February starters as well. A little bit of information about the different accommodation that we have. So you'll find that it varies in terms of features, in terms of space, whether you have an ensuite or private bathroom or not, and the kind of the general shared kitchen facilities or studio flat features. Now, they will also differ in price, and you have the opportunity to apply in order of preference so that you can choose your first, second and third choice and so on type room at the university. Benefits of being on Stag Hill: you're very close to all of your classes and a lot of the facilities at the university. But then Manor Park has a lot of space. It's very much like a large student village, and a new venue operated by the Students' Union will be open by next September. So you'll have access to a social space as well as all of the facilities based at the Surrey Sports Park. Hazel Farm, as mentioned, is very residential in its setting, so you'll have your typical shops and restaurants in the nearby vicinity. One thing that actually I myself am particularly passionate about and really care a lot about, and will happily answer any questions that you may have on this topic, is supporting our students' wellbeing. Now, you'll see on the screen just a selection of the different ways in which we try our best to support you during your 1 to 4 years, 5 years potentially with us as a University of Surrey student. So firstly, there you'll have the 24-hour security and the warden team. So a warden is a residential warden. Is a full-time member of staff that lives in university accommodation and is here as a point of contact to help resolve any resident issues you may be experiencing, and also for you to approach and come to should you ever need some additional support or someone to talk to. Likewise, our chaplaincy and our Centre for Wellbeing, who are both physically based on our Stag Hill campus, but also have bases across Manor Park and visit Hazel Farm as well. They offer virtual appointments as well as in-person sessions. So the Centre for Wellbeing is free to use for all Surrey students, and we have a wide range of trained counsellors with different areas of expertise who are always here should you need them. You'll obviously have a personal tutor to help with your academic support needs, and they'll be having one-to-one sessions with you on a regular basis. And you'll also find that there are faculty peer mentors as well. So these will be older, more experienced Surrey students within each of the 3 faculties, so around your individual programmes. And there'll be a point of contact for you to approach with any questions that you would like help answering. Now, I would fully recommend when you're looking for a university, you don't just look at what the university can offer you academically, but you also look at the welfare support that they offer, and also the kind of extracurricular activities. So these could well differ between a campus and a city-based university, dependent on the amount of space that a city-based university may have. At the University of Surrey, we have over 180 different clubs and societies, ranging from anime and manga to mixed martial arts, to football, rugby, Bhangra Society, video gaming, you name it, we've got it here, as well as a wide range of cultural, faith-based groups, language-based societies, and of course your individual programme societies too. So sorry, just going back there very briefly, You will have the opportunity when you join the university to try out a whole range of these clubs and societies, many of which are based on campus or at the Surrey Sports Park. Some of them, if you don't have the facilities, are off-site, such as skiing. But please do get involved. It's a fantastic way to meet new people outside of your accommodation and course, and to find like-minded individuals with similar interests to yourself. So I've mentioned quite a few times, I think, the Surrey Sports Park, and there are a few key reasons why, really. So it's a £36 million sports facility based on our Manor Park campus. It was used as a London 2012 Olympic and Paralympic Games training base, and I'm sure many of you watched the Games very recently. You as a student would get a highly reduced membership rate, and it does have something for everybody, whether you like swimming, whether you like basketball, spinning, yoga, various cardio exercise groups, or lifting weights in the main gym space itself. We do also have a climbing centre at the university and a wide number of tennis, badminton courts, artificial and grass pitches. So if you're active in any way, shape or form, the sports centre is there for you. If you'd simply prefer to go out on a walk in the countryside, then especially on Manor Park, you are surrounded by the Surrey Hills, and you can go walking in the woodland in the English countryside and have an absolutely beautiful and very peaceful and idyllic time. So you've gone through your checklist of universities. You've decided you want to study in the UK. You found a university such as Surrey that offers the right programme for you, decided that yes, a campus university is something that would suit you better than a city located university. You have asked questions about welfare support, extracurricular activities, and ensured that accommodation will be guaranteed at least for your first year of academic studies. You've looked at the nearby area and decided you'd like to be close to London or a different city in the UK, and you decided that transport facilities work for you so that you can easily travel home to see friends and family during the holiday periods. So why else should you look at Surrey as a university? And now these are some of the areas that our alumni particularly appreciate. So we have an incredible record for graduate employability, and regardless of other league tables, our graduates themselves are ranked 12th in the UK in terms of their employability and their experience. Now that obviously largely comes from the professional training year and the value that employers place on a Surrey degree. We don't just offer you career support whilst you're with us, but we actually offer it to you for 3 years following your graduation. And likewise, once you've graduated from the university, we will also assist you in applying for the graduate route visa, the new 2-year visa, if you decide that is something you are interested in. So this support is available to, I think currently we have over 126,000 alumni spread over 146 countries around the world. 94% of our graduates are in graduate level employment or further education after 6 months. So it's certainly something you can count on, a Surrey degree, as being extremely valuable in your future career. Now that is the end of the presentation I've got today. So I really want to give enough time for any questions that you have yourselves. So I'd like to say thank you firstly for listening to me today. On the screen, you'll see a few contact emails. If you've got your mobile phone on you, maybe you want to take a quick photo of the screen to to find our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and especially our YouTube handle there. It's /University of Surrey. We have a lot of content on YouTube, taster lectures, tours of the campus, in case you can't get to the UK before UCAS applications open in a couple of weeks' time. You can have a look around virtually, which is the second best thing. We do also have a live chat function on our website. You can come through and speak to a member of the recruitment team between 1 p.m. and 9 p.m. at the moment with the current time difference, and that's via our /international web address. So thank you very much. I'm going to end the slideshow now and look forward to receiving some questions. Okay, so I'm going to go through the questions that I can see now, and hopefully we will answer as many as possible. So let's have a look. Okay, I can see the computer science department, but I couldn't see software engineering. Is there a software engineering department, or is it taught in computer science, and what are the scholarship opportunities? Okay, so in terms of your answers, yes, we do offer different programs that have software engineering content within them. For example, we have computer and internet engineering at undergraduate level, and then there'll be some more of this within our computer science programs at postgraduate level. Please do, I'll put my email address at the end of this slide, at the end of this presentation, sorry, in the chat box, so you can all contact me further. Please do come back to me if you want to talk about a specific level of study. But yes, we do have that. So if you check out computer and internet engineering and also computer science programs as well, we also do offer at undergraduate level. We have electronic engineering that also comes with a computer systems side. So you can study electronic engineering with computer systems as well. That's one of the program options there. Hopefully that answers your question. On any of our program web pages, when you're having a look, so let me put it in the chat now for you. So it's www.surrey.ac.uk, and then either /undergraduate or /postgraduate. And if you click on either of those links, dependent on the level of study you're interested in, and then look at the course structure tab that you will see on our on each individual program page, then you will be able to have a look at the different modules and the specific content that you will find and you'll be studying, sorry, within each academic year. Okay, so next question. Can an international student get a work permit during the undergraduate study? So the answer is yes. All students are able to work up to 20 hours a week part-time, obviously 20 hours during your semester time. So it's different during the holiday period, but during the semester period on a student visa, you can work up to 20 hours a week. Now, we do have a company called Unitemps on campus, and they are there to help you find part-time job opportunities either at the university, perhaps in the library, in your faculty, or in one of the catering outlets on site, or in the local area or online, depending on the type of work that you're looking for. So there are lots of different opportunities available. my team, for example, looks for student ambassadors to speak with prospective students such as yourself in events like this, and in campus tours and blogging and so on. So there are many different paid opportunities that you can enjoy whilst you're with us, and that will look great on your CV when you graduate. So we have a student called Ahan. I already have an offer from Surrey for business analytics without the placement option. Can I still apply for the placement program? Now, I am answering live, obviously, but I'm also going to just put my email address in response to that and ask that you drop me an email, please. Now, the reason for that is, as mentioned, it will depend on the entry point. So you'll need to be starting a program in September, either this September or next September, to be able to take the placement year option. And also the English language requirements are often higher for the 2-year program option. So I can take a look at your individual situation. Please drop me an email once we finish today. So in terms of the deadlines for making an application, this will differ dependent on what subject level you're looking at. So sorry, subject level, program level you're interested in. So if you are looking at an undergraduate level, let's get this information up for you. I'm just going to share my screen again. Okay, so Sema, I think you answered this question. You asked this question, and many of you may also have similar questions. So if you are looking at potentially applying for September 2022 entry as an undergraduate student, this is some of the key information to be aware of that's on the screen now. Recommend, again, maybe taking a photo of it, and also drop me an email after today with any further questions. So applications open, well, they opened yesterday, actually. I'm looking at this, they opened the 6th of September. So UCAS applications are now open for September 2022. If you're looking to apply at undergraduate level, bachelor's degree level to the UK, you will almost certainly have to apply through UCAS. So you'll get your 5 choices. Remember, if you are interested in veterinary medicine, you can only apply for up to 4 veterinary medicine programs. That is the same if you're looking at other universities for kind of medicine as a degree. If you're looking to become a doctor, for example, you also will only have 4 choices. Now, the early deadline mentioned there, the 15th of October 21. If you're looking to apply to the University of Surrey, the only programme to which the 15th of October deadline applies is our veterinary medicine programme. So you have to have submitted your application by the 15th of October if you wish to become a vet. Otherwise, the main deadline we'd recommend applying for is the 15th of January next year, so 2022. Now, this is the equal consideration deadline, and what that means is as long as you submit your application by the 15th of January, if you are on track to meeting the entry requirements when you finish high school, then you will receive an offer to study at the University of Surrey the following September. So anyone that is on track to meet the entry requirements could receive an offer to study prior to the 15th of January. Following that, it very much depends on course availability and the quality of your grades. So the best chance of getting a place in your favourite university is to apply between now and the 15th of January. Okay. So we've had a couple of questions on scholarships. What I'll say at the moment in terms of scholarships is we do have one currently for postgraduate students, a partial scholarship there, and I can give you information on that. If you want to email me at a later date, I can point you to the direction on our website. We haven't yet confirmed what scholarships, if any, are going to be available for September 2022. So I appreciate that's not the best answer. I can't give you the complete information at this point in time, but we will have that soon. I simply recommend searching for scholarships University of Surrey, and the scholarships and bursary page will come up on your screen, and you'll be able to filter by level of study, so undergraduate, postgraduate, and to have a look there. Couple of different questions. Semra, I think you asked the question on can we apply for more than one undergraduate program. Hopefully I have answered that just now. You have up to 5 UCAS choices. If, for example, you're wanting to study economics or law or business management, hospitality and tourism management, for example, you have your 5 choices. If you're applying for veterinary medicine at the University of Surrey, you can apply for up to 4 different veterinary medicine programs, and then your 5th UCAS choice must be a different subject, for example, veterinary biosciences instead. And we've had a question on from Erhan on monthly living costs and how does it differ between undergraduate and graduate students. So firstly, I would say it doesn't really differ too much. It's very much a personal situation. So with accommodation, we have our 7 different bands of accommodation, so different levels, from our cheapest up to shared facilities, so shared bathrooms, all the way up to our private bathroom studio flats that come with their own kitchens, or couples flats. We have a limited number of those. So they will obviously be much more expensive. So you can apply for accommodation that you like, but also that is affordable. Then in terms of other living costs, food-wise, the town of Guildford and the university has a wide range of choices. So you have your budget, more family-friendly food supermarkets, all the way up to your high-end supermarkets, your Waitrose's, your Marks and Spencer's, if you're familiar with UK shops. So there is a lot of different choice there. You can go for delivery food options, or you can cook yourself. There are lots of different ways to budget there. What I would say is there is a section on our website, which I'll try and find in a moment, but if you also want to email me directly, I can send it through to you. And it gives you a bit of help in budgeting month by month at the University of Surrey and in the kind of southeast of England area. Other things to consider and factor when you're looking at living costs are things like a mobile phone bill. Maybe you'll want a TV license. Will you be walking or cycling a lot, or do you like to get the bus? And do you like to buy coffees out every day, or do you tend to make your own coffee at home in the morning? So lots of little things to think about. I recommend kind of planning out what you tend to spend at the moment, and then you can find accommodation prices and obviously our course fees information on our website. But if I can find that section that breaks down budgeting and spending for you while still live, then I will do so. Okay, so we've had a few about living expenses, and I will try and find that webpage now. The next question that had here was from, let's see, oh, there's a few coming up. Okay, there's a question on, can we get a conditional acceptance if we need to retake the required IELTS score? The answer is yes. So when you're submitting your applications, whether this is at undergraduate or postgraduate level, you do not need to have your evidence of English language at the point of application. You also don't need to have already met your academic entry requirements. You simply need to have your latest transcripts and exam results to be able to upload. The university wants to see that you're on track or likely to meet the entry requirements of the programme in order to be able to give you an offer to study. So if you do have, I've seen a few questions here on individual, perhaps individual bachelor's degree results or course requirements. I am going to put my email address in the chat now, along with my name. So my name is Emma Davis, and this is my email address. So I'll ask you, if you don't mind, if you did have questions on your own grades and whether you meet entry requirements for a programme, please do contact me directly, and I will focus on, in the last couple of minutes, on answering more general questions that everybody may like to know the answers to. So thank you for your patience there, and please do email me and I'll get back to you in the next couple of days on that when I found the answer for you. So going back to the top, can we cover our expenses for university payment just by working? Okay, when it comes to kind of finances and paying tuition fees and so on, most tuition fees will be paid in per academic year in 2 instalments, so semester 1 and semester 2. For our master's students at postgraduate level, you will pay a tuition fee deposit to confirm your place, and that sum will be deducted from your owed tuition fees. So most students will pay on a semester by semester basis, and accommodation likewise. But if you do have the need to pay perhaps on a monthly basis, if there's a different situation that you want to speak to our finance team about, please let me know and I'll put you in touch with our fees and funding department, and you can arrange to have a conversation about what is possible in terms of meeting your requirements while still paying your tuition and accommodation fees. Okay, so please do get in touch if that's something you're concerned about. You don't have to pay your fees up front. If you do choose to, that is completely up to you, but it's not a necessity. In terms of covering your fees, I would say if you're working part-time, so up to 20 hours a week, it's certainly possible to cover your living costs, like your food, maybe a phone bill, and things such as that. But you probably would need an additional source of funding to cover accommodation and tuition fees. Okay, and again, yeah, see, and your latest question there, if you can contact me via my email address, then we will talk through your individual requirements there, certainly. Okay, so please, if you do have any last questions, we've got 1 minute left. So I would love to see if there's one more question that I can fit in today. No.
Yes, thank you very much for your great presentation, Emma. We had a lot of questions and you covered them all. Thank you for your answers too.
No worries. I will say, please do drop me an email. I'm more than happy to arrange one-on-one video calls with anyone that would like to talk through their requirements, or you can email me transcripts, your English language certificates, for example, and I'm more than happy again to look through those and to answer any questions that you have there. So please do contact me. Obviously, applications through UCAS have now opened, and on a postgraduate level, applications are made directly through the programme page on the Surrey website. So let me know if you're struggling at all with any of the criteria needed and documents needed in order to submit those applications.
Yes, thank you very much again. We believe it was really beneficial for the attendees too. And also I would like to thank the participants in Turkish as well. Katıldığınız için teşekkür ederiz arkadaşlar. University of Surrey ile ilgili diğer sorularınız için Emma'nın paylaşmış olduğu mail adresinden iletişime geçebilir ve linkleri inceleyebilirsiniz. Yarınki webinarlarımızda görüşmek üzere. Thank you very much again, Emma. It was a pleasure to have you in IEFT Talks.
Thank you so much, everyone, and I look forward to seeing you at a future presentation. And yes, look forward to hearing from you all directly as well. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take care.
Take care. Bye-bye.